Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Downsized. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And this is our weekly weigh-in. This is our opportunity to tell you about our GLP-1 adventure, what's gone on with us, our ups, our downs, the numbers, all the fun stuff. We are the channel, of course, who talk about GLP-1s and weight loss, whether it be our personal stories or interviews that Laraine and I do with members of the community or the news. There's always something to talk about. But right now, we're going to talk about what's going on with us and our weight loss. We started this journey on September 29th of 2023, so it's been how many weeks now, Laraine?
Oh, I think we're in week 64.
Week 64.
I have a spreadsheet.
So we have used Tirzepatide to lose weight, so a little bit more than 130 pounds between the two of us at this point, and we're going to tell you all about that. So Laraine, why don't you take it away?
Sure. So I've used compounded Tirzepatide for all of my 64 shots except for 2. I used a couple of Christopher's branded on one occasion when we traveled. But anyway, this week we got home from our cruise and I weighed today, and I weighed when I got home from the cruise, and then I weighed today, and I'm really about the same. But overall, I'm up about 2.5 pounds from my 50-pound mark. So overall now I've lost 47.4 pounds. So I gained about 2.5 pounds over Christmas vacation, which is fine.
We had a couple of parties. We went to your parents' house.
Went on a cruise. Yeah, overall I'd say that's pretty good. I started on September 29th of 2023 and my weight was 193 pounds. Today my weight is 145.6, so that's a total loss of 47.4. So I had been maintaining about 50 pounds. I hit the 50-pound mark back in July, and I've been maintaining since then. I went all the way up in dosage to 12.5 milligrams of compounded Tirzepatide when I was losing weight, and then I've dropped down monthly, and I've been hanging out at 7.5. for about, almost 5 months now. So I find that I'm doing the 7.5 shot weekly, and it's helping me to maintain my weight.
So let's make sure we get into the numbers because people always ask, did you say how old you were?
No, so I am a 55-year-old mother of 3. I used to be 5'5.5", but I have shrunk in the past probably 2 years. Now I'm 5'4.25". So I adjusted for that. Originally my weight loss, my goal was 150 pounds, back when I thought I was 5'5". Now I'm really closer to 5'4", so I've been hanging out at about, well, now today I'm 145.6, but I have been anywhere from 141 to 145. So I've been like hanging around in that range for the past 5 months or so.
How many pounds range is that?
It's about 4 or 5.
I mean, so is that feeling like the natural swing of your body? I mean,
yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the goal of this is to be able to live your life, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to avoid parties or avoid vacations or avoid social gatherings with food otherwise, because, you know, and I did that a lot in the past where I said, well, no, I'm on a diet, I can't eat, I just won't put myself in those situations. So now I think more my thought is I want to eat whole foods about 80% of the time, and then about 20% of the time eat some fun foods and, you know, enjoy my life. So I think that's what I've gotten to here.
And so about a 5-pound swing. Have you ever maintained a 5-pound swing on your weight?
It's hard to say. I mean, I've never gotten to a goal weight. So previously, before compounded Tirzepatide, my weight hung out at about 186, 190. I could diet down to 175 if I really tried. When I was running and doing half marathons, I got down to about 175.
Killing yourself.
Yeah. And I just really couldn't get any lower than that. So I just always had that drive and that food noise in my head telling me I needed more food, I needed another snack, what was I going to eat next? And it was just a constant drive for food all the time. So these GLP-1s, specifically compounded Tirzepatide, has just taken that away. And now when I eat food, I feel full, whereas before I rarely ever felt full. So it's been really life-changing in that regard.
Well, it's that mindset shift from dieting to treating the disease with medicine.
Right. So we are treating the disease of obesity because obesity is a disease recognized by the American Medical Association, among others. And these drugs are a treatment for the disease of obesity. It's not a cure for obesity. I probably will be taking some form of these drugs for the rest of my life if I want to maintain this weight. Similar to a blood pressure medication. If you go off the blood pressure medication, your blood pressure goes up. So it's a treatment, it's not a cure.
Well said.
Yeah.
My turn?
Sure.
So as she said, we started September 29th of 2023, trying to get the year right.
Yeah.
We just turned, obviously, over. So I think I've said the wrong year already 3 times today. I started at 286.45 pounds. Thereabouts, my weight had been rapidly ascending really since COVID. It just spiked out and I was going to close in on 300 pounds pretty quickly. Started with compounded Tirzepatide, as Laraine said, and it worked pretty quickly for me. Within really the first couple of weeks, I was losing weight. The first couple of doses, the food noise had completely gone away, and at that point I didn't even really know what food noise was. So it was more a case of I woke up and it was quiet one day, or the story I tell is I came downstairs to fix dinner and Laraine said, well, what's for dinner? And I'm like, I don't know, I just haven't even thought about it all day, which is mind-boggling because the last 50 years prior to that I thought about every meal every day and the next 2 meals and next week's meal and everything else in between. So it just was life-changing. But I'm currently at 195.2, which for those of you following along, that was the weight I was prior to the cruise and the holidays exactly. Exactly the same weight. So I'm down 90.2 pounds total. So from the last weight I did when I got off the cruise, I'm down about 0.8 to 1 pound. It's a little bit of a hinky number because I was weighing myself on the cruise ship and we took our brand new Renfo's travel scale with us. You can go get that in the Amazon store we have. We are Amazon affiliates, but it's a very cool scale. It's a little bit off. It's a little bit, I think it was 0.4 pounds lower.
Light.
So light. So depending on which one you look at, basically I was a pound up. So I'm back to where I was prior to the holidays. So not too bad.
You're a pound. So when you weighed yourself on the ship, you were down.
No, I was a pound up. And
and now you're back down.
Yes, now I'm back to where I was prior to the holidays.
Gotcha.
I am 5'10.5", 56 years old, and I'm currently on 15 milligrams, and I have been for 3-4 months. I don't keep a spreadsheet, so I couldn't tell you exactly, but a good long time. My weight loss had slowed pretty drastically over the last 3 or 4 months. Actually, I think if you go back and watch the last video, I walked through the weights on that, but here in the last few weeks, it's picked back up, and a bunch of people have asked, what did you do different? I'm like, nothing, honestly. I think it's a function of patience more than anything else. It's a function of just keep taking the medicine and let your body do what it wants to do, and keep eating the right foods and drinking the water and eating your protein and doing the stuff, and my body just decided to lose weight again. And it wasn't that it stopped, it had just slowed dramatically.
So how many pounds do you have to go to get to your goal now? Is it
So
like 5?
my
4?
goal weight, my original goal weight is 190 pounds. I'm currently at 195.2 pounds, so it's 5.2 away. I'm thinking I may overshoot that a little bit and get to 186, which would put me 100 pounds down, which is also the weight I happened to weigh when I graduated from high school. That's the only weight I remember in the last 56 years, but for whatever reason, I remember that. And it would get me, I'm currently in a 34 pants. I kind of think I could get to a 32, which is a very average men's size. So, it's the interesting thing is, and we talk about this a good bit, as useless as BMI is, we still all know what it is, and it shows up on our scale apps, and our doctors still use it, and the insurance companies still use it. So even at 186, I would still be right there on the edge of overweight. I wouldn't be quite to a normal weight for BMI.
That's crazy because looking at you, I mean, you don't seem like you're there. So
yeah, so I'm thinking 186. I mean, really, honestly, the original goal in my head was to get below 200. So I'm in that space, and to get below 200 safely to where I wasn't bouncing above it, because just that's an emotional kind of nightmare for me to be there. So if I'm moving 5 pounds below it, that's fine. But anyway, so that's where I am, and it's been, a good week. The medication, just for whatever reason, seems to be working well. And it's not that it wasn't working well, it just wasn't, the satiety wasn't quite as aggressive as it is now, and it's just kind of come back around. I don't know why.
That's interesting. I kind of feel like, just being on 7.5 now for, 5 months, I feel like my body is very used to it. And, we were talking about this the other day. I feel like, is it still working? Is it still, because I'm able to eat. I can out eat it if I want to. Like I might feel uncomfortable, but I won't be sick. I definitely get the full signal where I didn't prior to the medication, and I can keep going past the full signal if I want to. Also, some foods, sweets, especially carby sweets, when I first started medication, tasted way too sweet to me. Now I think that's kind of dialed back a little bit. I still find things taste sweeter than they used to, like cookies, candy, especially like Christmas stuff that I've been eating. But I still like those things. You know what I mean? It's not like I say, oh, that's too sweet, I don't want it. No, I still want the cookies and the chocolate and all that. So it's kind of like I don't feel as appetite suppressed, I guess, as I did in the beginning. But I think it's still there. It's still working. It's just not
as aggressive as it was.
It's not as aggressive. I've just gotten used to it now. Does that make sense?
Well, I think it's beginning to understand that maintenance is not a specific weight or a specific dosage. And it may be there's fluctuation for both weight and dosage, and you need to do what's right for your body.
Yeah.
Because you've been up and down a couple of times on the dosage, right?
Yeah. So on the 7.5, I went down to 5 actually for a couple weeks, and I felt too hungry, so I went back up to 7.5. And that was August. I went from 5 to 7.5, and I went up to 10 for a few weeks in September when my weight had gone up a little bit. Actually, we had gone on a cruise, and my weight had gone up a little bit. So but now I've been on 7.5. like almost 3 months. So I don't know. I just feel very used to it. And we didn't take our shot on the cruise because we forgot it. So instead of Friday, our shot day, taking our shot on shot day, we took it on Monday, this past Monday. So I guess theoretically we could go back to Friday today and take our shot today.
Oh, I'm going to take a shot
Which you're
today.
going to do. But I'm actually going to wait till Monday because I have another colonoscopy coming up in 2 weeks. And I need to be off the shot for 7 days prior to that. So I did have a colonoscopy in November. I ended up being off the medicine for 17 days, and that was too long. So when I had the colonoscopy and then I waited a few days after and then took my shot, I felt like it took 2 or maybe even 3 weeks to kind of build back up in my system to the level that I needed for that appetite control. So I don't want to, I'll be off the shot for I think 10 days when I have my colonoscopy. That's coming up in a couple weeks.
Right. And so I'll actually take my shot today because I want to get back on Friday, and that's only a couple of days early. That's fine. It doesn't matter. We haven't said it yet, but we're not doctors, so don't take dosing advice from us. Don't talk to your doctor about your specific medical needs. We're just a husband and wife who have lived in the suburbs, raised 3 kids, been married for 21 years, and found Tirzepatide and have lost 130 pounds. And we talk about it every week on YouTube. I also haven't said, please like and subscribe. So if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button, hit the alert button, the bell button, so it makes sure that it alerts you every time that we publish a video. And we do that quite a few times per week. And that's what we're doing. But I'm excited because we use Mochi Health.
We do use Mochi Health.
And this is actually a sponsored post from Mochi Health. So they pay a sponsorship fee for us to talk about them, but we would talk about them nevertheless, and we always have. Laraine, why don't you tell them about Mochi Health?
Yeah, I've been with Mochi Health since February of 2024, so coming up on a year, and I actually switched to them from another provider. I just wasn't my original provider. I just wasn't getting the level of service that I wanted, so I looked around and I switched to Mochi. And I've done a couple of videos you can go back and watch of me unboxing my Mochi package and looking at it and showing you all the things. And Mochi actually saw that video and said, hey, do you guys want to make some, sponsored posts for us? So we said, okay. So this is one of those sponsored posts. You can sign up with Mochi and use my code and save $40. You go to joinmochi.com. The code is in the description, but it's QIYG, the letter O, and 8.
Make sure the O, because that's where it commonly is.
Not a
mistake.
0, but an O. So you can go, and I really like their customer service. They have an online portal. You can message them. They also have an app, which works okay if you would rather go that route. I got an email from Mochi today. I think all their customers got an email from Mochi today, and they're changing things a little bit to make it easier for their customers, for us. The gist of it is now you used to have to see their online doctor every 3 months. So I've been seeing my same online guy. We have a Zoom kind of type call every 3 months, and we talk about, and it doesn't take long. It takes about 10-15 minutes. We talk about my progress, my weight loss, what's my weight, what's my goal for the next chunk of time. Well, now they're telling you that you don't need to see every 3 months. You can do what's right for you. So for their membership fee, which is currently $79, starts at $79. It may go lower depending on your health insurance. But for your $79 membership fee, you can schedule really as many appointments with a doctor as you would like, whether that's every 3 months, every month, whatever. You and your doctor will figure out the schedule that works best for you. And you can schedule that online. Also, they now are offering 3 months supply of compounded Tirzepatide, which is new. So previously, I was only able to order 1 month supply at a time. But now you can get a 3-month supply. So you have to change your membership. If you're currently a member, you have to go in and change your membership from a 1-month membership to a 3-month membership. And I couldn't figure out how to do that myself on their portal, so I had to send a message asking customer service, this is what I wanted to do, and they helped me through it. You can also call. They have a 24/7 customer service line, and they're very responsive. I mean, I messaged the customer service in the morning. It took them less than an hour to message me back. It was very responsive, and honestly, that's the fastest they'd ever gotten back to me. So usually I expect a half a day or day response time. But yeah, I changed my membership from a 1 month to a 3 month. I got a 3-month supply of compounded Tirzepatide, and currently that's in process. I got a message that it had been sent to the compounding pharmacy, so they should probably be shipping that. I'd expect they probably ship that Monday or Tuesday of next week. They don't ship on Saturdays or Sundays.
So what's the pricing on a 3-month supply?
The pricing, so the 1 month supply was $199. So the 3-month supply is just $199 times 3.
Okay,
so it's $597. Yeah, so it's the same price. The 3-month membership fee
had a slight discount.
Is less. I think they credited me for part of my 1 month, so it was like a funny number that I got charged for the 3-month membership fee. But it's less than 79 times 3, so you are getting a little bit of savings on that. And that's it. So
it's a sponsored post, but honestly, we've been talking about Mochi the whole time that we've been using Mochi before they paid us for any sponsorships, and we would anyway because we're pleased with them. I'll actually take my shot today, and I'm excited because I'm going to take a shot from the 16.6 milligram vial, I think.
Right. So Mochi changed their dosing schedule, I guess. So now instead of lining up with the Zepbound Mounjaro doses of 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, and 15, they shifted their doses down a notch. So I think it's
but they added a whole nother level.
And then they added a 16.6. So they range from 2.2, I forget all the in-betweens, but it's 2.2, and then they added a top dose of 16.6. So we get the 16.6 dose.
But basically, it's giving you the opportunity to have a more custom dose for you. If you need a bigger dose, they'll always trade up because all the doses are the same price.
Yeah, every dose is the same
They're
price.
okay with that.
They also add niacinamide.
Yep.
We didn't say that. So they add, and that's a B vitamin.
And for me, if it's been on 15 milligrams for, 3-4 months now, that little bit, that's with the 10 or 11% extra, I'll be happy to try it out for them.
Yeah.
Should be good for me.
Yeah. So, here's the Mochi customer support line. 619-648-1247. And they're out of San Francisco. So if you were wondering where they're based,
there'll be a link in the description. You can go down and the code will be there as well. So you can click right out if you'd like to join Mochi or learn more about it.
Yep.
Go down to the description and make sure you use Lorraine's discount code.
Woot woot. So,
Whoa, it's exciting. What were we up to this week after we arrived back from the cruise?
Yeah, we got back from the cruise. We went to my friend Elaine's house. You guys, longtime viewers, might remember Elaine. She's my friend who got me started on Tirzepatide because she had lost weight. And I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Mounjaro." And I said, "What's Mounjaro?" So we went to her house for a New Year's Eve party, and that was a lot of fun. And we did manage to stay up until midnight. So, as I've gotten older, it's a little harder to stay up late. But we stayed up till midnight and rang in the new year. And there were a lot of foods. Like everybody brought something, and there was a lot of cookies there. A lot of cookies.
There was a lot of
cookies. Cupcakes. A lot of sweet type of things. And I ate one of the cookies, and it was just like, oh, that's too sweet. And that's not usually what happens to me, but definitely I did not enjoy that.
Well, that's how I felt at Christmas when we were at your parents' house. Now, her sister is the chocolate chip cookie maker, and chocolate chip cookies are my favorite cookies, period, bar none. So it's always a reliable chocolate chip cookie out of her sister Esie's. And they were there, big cookies. And this medicine was really working because I got through about half of one of those cookies and it was too sweet. I just couldn't, that was the medicine. I know she knows how to make a good cookie. So. Yeah,
and she had she also made baklava. So my dad is Greek. My grandparents on my dad's side came here from Greece. So she likes to, keep some of those traditions up, and she makes baklava, I think, at Christmas, and she does it very well. Yeah. And I really there were so many sweets, and I wanted to try all of them, but I just physically couldn't. And I was a little sad because I think I ate like one bite of one of the squares of baklava because I just wanted it, because we just never have it. And something else my mom always did for us growing up is my mom loves...
Hello, Joe.
Oh,
say hello.
Jojo.
We got a new couch, and Jojo's exploring.
This is our new couch. Jojo loves a new couch. That was funny. My mom always got us marshmallow covered Santas. They're like Russell Stover. They're individually wrapped, and she always put them on our plates at Christmas. So my sister went out and got marshmallow Santas and also caramel covered Santas because she doesn't really like marshmallow. So we had these candies, and then she made those called crackers or poppers, where you put this it's like a tube and you pull it and it has prizes inside. Well, she filled them all individually for each person, and she put like candy in them, and she made lightsabers on her 3D printer. She's a big Star Wars fan. Made little 3D lightsabers for all of us, and there's something, Rubik's cubes.
Like, all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. And all the candy, I just kind of left it at my place. Like I didn't like put it in my purse. I didn't eat it. I just kind of left it. I'm like, what am I going to do with all this candy? You didn't want all your candy, and there was just all this candy.
I don't like the marshmallow Santas anyway.
And I love the marshmallow Santas, but I didn't even take them. I didn't even want to take them. I didn't put them in my purse. And then my sister was like, "Well, I'm glad I bought all these marshmallow Santas. Nobody's going to eat them." And I was like, sorry.
And then, so the New Year's Eve party, so it was actually, our friend lives in our neighborhood. And, I think I've talked about it on here a good bit. I get cold. Now, this medication, and we can debate, is it the medication? Is it the losing 90 pounds? It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I think it's probably both. But we're in this house, and one of the dads that was there, for whatever reason, went through and opened all the windows on the first floor from the top down. And I am freezing.
It was cold. I mean, it's probably like 30 degrees outside, and he's opening all the windows in the living room. So we moved to the dining room. We're sitting around the dining room table. He comes in there and opens the dining room.
And I went and closed them because, first of all, who opens windows in somebody else's house?
Somebody else's house. Yeah. So that was weird. And I had really had a hard time finding something to wear to this part. I didn't even really think about it because just with Christmas and the cruise and whatever, I just didn't have anything like, I guess, fancy for New Year's Eve. So I did find like a sleeveless top that I had and some leggings, and it was fine. But it was sleeveless and it was sheer. So I was especially cold because I had no sleeves. We had a good time.
All right. And then you had a particularly tough workout yesterday, you said?
I did. So I went back to the gym yesterday, Thursday, and Thursday is step class day. So the instructor, Diana, she goes hard all the time. Like she teaches, like in one day she'll teach like 5 classes. Like I don't know how she keeps going from like class to class to class. And she does it along, she's not just one to like stand at the front and say, now do this, now do this. No, she's doing the workout along with us. And she has a whiteboard, and she writes all the step moves that we're going to do on the whiteboard. Well, we got through the workout. She's like, okay, now everybody go get hand weights. This was at the beginning. Go get hand weights. I'm like, I don't like using hand weights when I'm going up and down on the step because I feel like I'm going to lose my grip and they're going to go flying. So I used them for a couple of songs, and I'm like, I can't do this. And I put them down. She's like, no, Laraine, don't put them down yet. I'm like, I'm not doing this. So then she got through all of her moves, and we still had time left in the class, and she's adding jumping jacks. She's adding lunges. She's adding like all this stuff. And I'm just like, girl, what did you eat over Christmas? Because you are killing me. So yeah, it was a pretty hard workout. I posted a picture of me and my friend Mike after the class because I was like, Mike, we're dying. We got to take a picture. So
who thinks we have to take a picture?
Me. And I was telling the class, I'm like, hey, do you guys know I'm a YouTuber? And they're like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I really am. Go to the Downsized and check it out. And they're like, yeah, whatever. They're like, all right. But yeah, it was pretty hard. Maybe this year I'll get certified to teach step aerobics.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, so I was asking my instructor about it a couple weeks ago, and she said, yeah, if you get certified online, get the CPR certification also, then I could like be a substitute and just, fill in if somebody needed a break or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it would be fun. I've been doing it now with this particular instructor for about 1.5 years on Thursdays, and I used to do step in the 90s, like way way back, and so it kind of came back to me as I started doing it again, and so now I'm kind of up to speed. So we'll have to see where that takes me.
Certified step instructor. How much is that going to cost?
I don't know. A couple $100 probably. I don't know. I feel like we need some goals for 2025. So, what are some things you're working on for 2025, Christopher?
Trying to lose the rest of this weight.
All right. So, almost
trying
there.
to get through my goal. Let's focus on that one, then we'll worry about the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then obviously first of the year, so it's January 3rd. We got a lot of stuff planned for the next few months. Some travel, a bunch of business stuff, a couple cruises. We'll be wandering about the world for a little while here in the first quarter, so that should be good for business. And we'll see what else is going on.
We're going to announce the details of the Downsized cruise.
Yes.
Next week.
Next Wednesday.
What is that, the 10th?
I don't know what the date is, but it's Wednesday.
Not sure. Anyway, stay tuned. Hit the like and subscribe button so that when we announce the details. Also, you can go to our website at thedownsized.org and sign up for our email list. I think we've sent exactly one email out, yep. So don't worry about getting a lot of emails from us. But when we announce the cruise, we'll put it all out on that email list. And we're using a travel agent out of Florida. This lady's been doing this for a long time, so especially with big groups. So she's helping us tailor packages to people's needs. Do you want a balcony? Do you want an inside cabin? Like, what do you want to do? So she'll help you tailor the package that you need. And Christopher and I will do some meet and greets. We'll do some, group activities. So make sure you're signed up for that.
And if we get 30 people, I'll line dance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Line dance. It'll be terrifying.
Well, I love a line dance. So, and I've never been able to get him to line dance with me. So
I have line danced with you before. Not much, but a couple of times.
I mean, it might have been at the beginning of our 20-year marriage.
No, I have on cruises a couple of times.
All right. So anyway, if you want to see Christopher line dance.
It's terrifying, so be careful what you ask for.
Yeah. So, I mean, we try to stay active on cruises. Mm-hmm. I like the dance classes. I like to go to the parties. I like I like it all. So we're not just sit around kind of people. We're active kind of people.
And then we've got a bunch of interviews planned for the Downsized Dish. I think we're finally going to get the Countess of Shopping to do one next week. So we're super excited about that. So stay tuned for that. If you'd like to be a part of the Downsized Dish and come on and talk to us, or mostly to Laraine, tell them how to do that, Laraine.
You can send me an email to Laraine at thedownsized.org, and I'll send you a link to our calendar. You just pick a time that works for you, and we'll record about a 30-minute conversation of you and I just talking about your journey, your weight loss, like what's going on. If you're having a particular issue that you want to talk through with somebody, we can talk through it. If you're looking to start, if you've lost a lot, if you haven't lost a lot, there's all different phases in this journey, and there's a lot of people, especially now, first of the year, the old New Year's resolutions kick in, and people decide to start a GLP-1 journey. So people are looking for information and looking for someone that looks like them and is the same size as them, and maybe will give them hope that they could also lose weight. So send me an email.
All right. So that's us for today. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. We appreciate you joining us today. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized. See you next time.